TeenNick used to be a channel where people could watch a variety of shows, mainly live-action shows that premiered on Nickelodeon. Late at night, there would be a 6 to 8 hour block called Nick Rewind. Nick Rewind would show animated Nickelodeon shows and live action Nickelodeon shows from the 1980s, the 1990s, and the early to mid 2000s decade. Unfortunately, the Nick Rewind block discontinued on January 31st, 2022, making the channel's main block last 24 hours a day. Furthermore, TeenNick has been usually airing at most 5 shows per week over the past few years. On March 3rd, 2025, they started airing some variety again, albeit they mainly aired Nicktoons. However, the variety lasted for less than 3 weeks. Anyway, I am going to propose a more diverse schedule. Some live-action Nickelodeon shows that are well rated or have a copious amount of episodes are iCarly, All That, Victorious, The Fundermans, The Amanda Show, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Are You Afraid of the Dark, and Henry Danger. These shows, in some way, should get reserved time slots. The schedule should have 2 to 3 hours a day of shows that used characters from the crossover iParty with Victorious. The schedule should also allocate 2 to 3 hours a day of shows that use characters from the crossover Danger and Thunder. Another 2 to 3 hours a day should go to sketch comedies. The schedule should also include 2 to 3 hours a day of unscripted programming. For those who don't know, unscripted programming is content that gets produced without a script, such as game shows or reality shows. People have gotten disappointed when the Nick Rewind block left the channel. Because of that, TeenNick should bring back Nick Rewind, which should last 6 to 8 hours straight each night. In order to ensure variety, Nick Rewind should have these 2 rules. It can't have shows that have been aired on TeenNick's main block within the past month. For example, if Keenan and Kel gets aired on TeenNick's main block on June 1st, it cannot get aired on Nick Rewind until the following July 1st. The utter rule is this: all shows are limited to 2 hours per night and 3 hours per week. By the way, I wrote a novel called Shadow Protection, Morty Does Shorty. The novel takes place in the 1990s, and the novel has a Nickelodeon reference in it. Along with a free sample, the novel is available on Amazon. I will leave an Amazon link in the description. 3 to 4 hours a day should go to shows that are currently running or have discontinued within 15 years ago. And another 3 to 4 hours a day should be for shows that have discontinued more than 15 years ago. If they are airing a movie, perhaps they can use the following rules. Movies that are at most 15 years old could count as part of the daily 3 to 4 hours of shows that are currently running or have discontinued within 15 years ago. Movies that are more than 15 years old could count as part of the daily 3 to 4 hours of shows that have discontinued more than 15 years ago. This should all add up to 24 hours per day. They don't have to do a schedule like this every day, but far more days than not, the schedule should have variety. During October, the schedule should be a bit different. At least 6 hours a day, there should be room for shows that fall under the horror genre or commonly use Halloween-themed creatures. One way to make room for that is to cut from mostly everything else. Shows that use characters from the crossover I Party with Victorious, and shows that use characters from the crossover Danger and Thunder can be made into one category that still lasts 2 to 3 hours a day. An hour per day can be taken from unscripted programming. Another hour a day can be inherited from sketch comedies. Again, a daily hour can be absorbed from shows that are currently running or have discontinued within 15 years ago. And one more hour per day can be moved from shows that have discontinued more than 15 years ago. This should give shows that fall under the horror genre or commonly use Halloween-themed creatures 6 to 7 hours each day of October. This October schedule should also add up to 24 hours per day. Schedule dismissed. Bring in the dancing lobsters.